Hi, my name is Cristobal, but you can call me Chris if that's better for you. And I am an aspiring student that wants to go to study in the US because of a variety of reasons that I will get to detail in a moment. So, how did I get here? How did I make this decision? Let's start from the beginning. My elementary school years. When I was in elementary school, I wasn't uh, the best students, and that was true all the way through middle school too. But as soon as I got to first of secondary school, which is kind of seventh or eighth grade in the U.S., I started to take school more seriously because I started to think about the future and what I would want to do when I eventually left school because I only had 5 years left. And to discover what I really wanted to do, I started doing a lot of activities that the school offered me. I started playing volleyball, for instance, a sport that I would love to still practice, but I can't because of COVID. And I also entered to Boy Scouts, a place where I discovered one of my passions that is building things for resolving different problems, just as bridges to get over a river or a tower for surveying the area that you are staying in. And well, apart from all of that, I started attending lots of volunteering programs that my school offered. In these volunteering programs, we used to go to an orphanage to clean the warehouse where the children would play and also help them with their assignments. Also, with the volunteering program, we also with the volunteering program every year at Christmas season, we went to a very poor school of my city, Lima, to give all of the children that didn't get anything for Christmas a lot of presents, which is an activity that I just really like doing. I only went twice because those were the two last years that I could go because COVID happened. But I really liked it. Doing all of these opportunities pushed me to organize myself in a better way, which led to me increasing my grades in almost every class, every subject, and I became a very good student. Actually, I really liked how everything was going, and that's why I applied. Well, applied. I signed up for a small exchange program that my school was holding for the first time with different Jesuit schools in the U.S. For attending this program, I was selected with a group of 10 people to go to two Jesuit schools in the U.S. for a span of 2 weeks each to see how the lifestyle was there and how the Jesuit or Ignatian way of teaching how to be a better person for others came to be in those schools. We also did a lot of volunteering and well stayed in the houses of students there. So I got to experience firsthand the life of a Jesuit student, just as me, but in the US. And I really liked it, actually. Happened on January last year, in January 2020, and that's why when we returned from our trip, COVID happened, and I had stopped doing almost all the activities that I did. I stopped playing volleyball. I stopped going to the scouts. I stopped, and I started to pursue new things to do, new hobbies to discover, and that's when I stumbled upon mountain biking, a sport fell in love with immediately, not only because the fun of it, but all the technicalities that the bike have. You see, the all the technicalities that the bike have. A mountain bike is not your typical bike that you ride to work every day, but they have lots of components such as two air or well coil suspensions that help you to get to rough terrain. And I just really liked how these components were built on the bike. and I really wanted to be able to create one of these things by my own. And that's why I started thinking about how my passion of solving problems, creating stuff, could be applied in this for a job. And that's why I started investigating different engineering careers. But I just didn't consolidate in one engineering specialty, and that's why I thought that I wanted to study industrial engineering, which, well, here in Peru is a major that covers small parts of different engineering specialties. But just seeing how much I loved how the bikes worked, I started investigating more the mechanical engineering major, because those components were made by mechanical engineers. I talked to a mechanical engineer and he showed me how he was able to create almost anything that he wanted just by going to one of the warehouses where he worked and creating a small piece of gear that would be able to fit in one of their projects. And well, that availability for doing almost anything I want to do with all the machines and tools at my disposal is something that here in Peru is not easily obtainable. It's almost impossible, actually. And that's why I started thinking about going to the US to study. And throughout the different vision of the world that not only the exchange program gave me, but also the World Scout Jamboree gave me, which is a World Scout reunion that I went to, I decided firmly to go to study in the US, not only for the better academic formation, but also for the huge full of opportunities that would open to me in the future. And well, that brings me to today. I finished school last December, and to this day, I have been searching for the best place to start and finish my higher education studies. So yeah, I would love you to consider me as a future student in your institution, and thank you very much for watching this video.